I was holding off the review of this fragrance for quite a while. Now there are reasons behind that decision and I will talk about it later in this video. But just know that even before I start this video, there are certain aspects of this fragrance which might be a make or break decision for you that will affect your purchasing consideration. And one little thing to add, if you don't want to pay the full price of this fragrance, you can also consider grabbing a tester bottle and you will be saving up to 20 to 25% off the full retail presentation. So without any further ado, let's get into this. Coming to the packaging, it is one of the premium ones you will be seeing out there. What you are seeing right now is just the outer paper box. It says Arabiyat Prestige at the bottom corner and the good thing is it comes in 100 ml. At top of the box you can see once again it is Arabiyat Prestige written on it, and something you may find interesting at the sides. It is the note breakdown of this fragrance. I would never recommend you to buy fragrances just based upon the notes breakdown because most of the times they don't really tell the full story. At back of the box there is some regular information just like hundreds of fragrances out there. Now let me open up the outer paper box for you. While some of you may find the packaging to be really impressive, trust me when I say you won't love to have such large boxes around you, especially if you're someone who loves to keep the boxes around. Once again, the inner hard box has that black and gold combination, just like it was with the outer paper box. One thing I have to give it to Arabiyat Prestige, they have some of the nicest and luxurious presentations out there. Now the inner box also contains the same information that was out there. I don't really get it, why print something again and again? The outer paper box was not really necessary. There are magnetic flaps at both sides and the top is also magnetic. They will snap right back into the place even with a light push. Once you open up the box, you will have the bottle safely inside. It's definitely not going to move around. The bottle has sort of a black chrome color. It's very glossy and a fingerprint magnet as well. At the bottom you can see it says La Dida for him and the bottle has an interesting look, I would say. What are your thoughts on this bottle design? I personally find the bottle to be a little bit too tall, especially for the 100 ml it comes in. It's not that it comes in 200 ml or 150 ml or something like that. It does have some sort of resemblance to that of a trophy, but what do you think of this specific design? However, I love the fact that you can see the juice level around because it had some transparent sections which spirals upwards. The cap is very rounded and smooth, heavy and glossy just like the bottle. It also has a nice satisfying click which you saw just right now. But don't pick up the bottle with the help of the cap because it might come loose and you might end up breaking it. Moving on to the spray test. This one has a pressurized atomizer which feels really good. It sprays more than decent amount of juice and the spray is sufficiently wide and you can even control it. If I remember correctly, even the Marwa had a pressurized atomizer, right? Now taking all of this into account, for the presentation and packaging I would rate it a solid 9.5 out of 10. No complaint whatsoever, but the packaging is tad too large. Coming to the most important aspect of this fragrance, the smell. The opening smell is on the fresh, clean and on the sweeter side. By fresh and clean I mean that it smells like a fabric softener. Although it is a bright and clean fragrance, the sweetness is what makes it really different. I mean from the regular clean and fresh fragrances. As I had said earlier in this video, don't take the notes breakdown very seriously because with this perfume don't expect a very juicy citrusy smell. The light citruses in the opening almost fades away immediately. I am also not detecting a lot of black pepper in here. What I am really getting which is not mentioned is the orange blossom. It is powdery, it's clean and it's sweet. But to be exact, what will this perfume remind you of? In my humble opinion, it does remind me a little bit of YSL Myself, but the vanilla and tonka beans make it way sweeter than that fragrance. In fact, the sweetness of this fragrance reminds me of the Azaro Wanted lineup. As this perfume dries down, it becomes even more powdery. The sweetness does take a little bit of backseat, but it never fades away to the background completely. It gets musky as it dries down, and this is where I do feel that it becomes slightly synthetic. The vanilla and tonka beans does mask it up to some extent, but it is there if you sniff it up close. What I would have loved to see in this fragrance is a bit more citruses in the opening. I mean some juicy citruses. Now coming to the versatility factor, this perfume is a mass appealing fragrance. Very inoffensive offensive and a compliment garner. While some of you might think that this is such a sweet fragrance, it might not be the right option for office or school or college. I totally get that, but since it is a very soft fragrance, which I will talk about in just a bit, it is also on the fresh and clean side. The sweetness actually elevates this perfume to a new level, making it a great option for date situation as well. While it is marketed for men, I don't really see any reasons to prevent it from being unisex. And now to the question, which seasons is this fragrance suitable for? I would say pretty much all year round, every season possible, except the very high summer heat. In extremely hot and humid conditions, I would not like to put a sweet fragrance on me. And for rest of the year, you can certainly pull this fragrance off, and quite easily too. In fact, I would rate this fragrance a solid 9 out of 10 for the versatility. But now it's the performance where it gets really interesting. Initially, when I had this perfume, the performance was not really very good. I was getting around 4 to 5 hours of longevity and soft projection for the first half an hour. Over time, one aspect of this fragrance has improved and one of them hasn't. The good part is the longevity has certainly improved. Currently, I am getting about 6 hours of longevity, and I generally go with 5 to 6 sprays of this fragrance. And now the bad part, the projection is still very soft. After the first 45 minutes, it becomes a very soft scent. In case you like mild fragrances, this is all good for you. But if you're someone who likes your fragrance to be projecting loud and your presence felt by people around you, then this fragrance is definitely going to disappoint you. Now, if you have tried this fragrance, I would love to know your experience about this. Personally, I would rate this fragrance a 7 out of 10 for the performance. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you love fragrance related content like this, do not forget to hit the notification bell as well. Currently, I am working on a very interesting video. Hopefully, it will be ready before the end of this week. But that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in an exciting new video. Till then, stay safe and as always, stay honest.